Well, good morning. I just want to clarify that introduction. That is Waltz with a T. T for Trump. Think about it that way. Not Walls. I'm a retired colonel in the Green Berets. Not a general. I'm proud to be a colonel. I don't need to lie about it. I have carried a weapon of war in a war. And I actually did serve in Afghanistan. Heck, I tell my wife all the time, the tribes of Afghanistan or the swamp in D.C. I don't know. I don't know which is harder, but on that point, because it's sadly and tragically been back in the news last week. Afghanistan and that disgraceful, despicable, incompetent, idiotic withdrawal and how it was done is the original sin of the Biden-Harris administration, and we will not ever let her forget it. And it showed their true character. It showed their true character. It is fundamentally un-American to leave behind fellow Americans. By the way, they revised the number in the dark of the night. It wasn't 100, as Biden repeatedly lied to us, with Harris standing right there nodding along. It was nearly 1,000 Americans left behind, 150,000 of our allies who stood and fought and died right alongside American soldiers for that American flag, all left behind, being hunted down by the Taliban right now as we speak, that Biden and Harris are giving billions of dollars to right now as we speak, that are holding Americans hostage right now as we speak. But you know what? ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and the rest of them, they're back. They're back. With a wide open border, 8 ISIS operatives rolled up in 3 American cities, plotting and planning to kill Americans once again. But the part they release on a Friday night, hoping nobody will notice, 2 plots have been thwarted in the United States, 6 plots thwarted in Europe, all coming from Afghanistan, all coming from Afghanistan. And here's the thing that boils my blood amongst so many others. Future American soldiers are gonna have to go back to deal with this mess that Biden and Harris have left us. The blood of our allies is on their hand. The blood of the hostages is on their hands. And the future American soldiers that are gonna have to go back and clean it up are on their hands. And we can never let them forget. Never, ever forget. Well, you know what? Who hasn't forgotten and won't forget is Donald Trump. And I just want to tell you a very quick story about the man that I have come to know and respect, and we have to have back in as commander-in-chief. So we had some of the 13 Gold Star families to the House. One of them one father, Darren Hoover, said he was up to here with Biden's bullshit. He had it. He wasn't getting any answers to his questions. Biden wouldn't even give him a meeting. I called up President Trump. He said, "Get him up here, Michael. Get him up here." We had him up to Bedminster. His scheduler comes out kind of, rearranging. We had all the families up and said, we can only give them an hour. He's got all of these other things. 30 minutes in, President Trump said, clear the calendar. He met with each one individually. He heard their stories. He heard their concerns. And only President Trump being Trump, he told the restaurant, clear everybody out. We closed down the restaurant. I saw DJ Trump for the first time, pulled out his iPad. He's playing Sinatra. He's playing Phantom of the Opera. He had the couples, these moms that have been through so much, were crying, they were laughing, they were dancing with their husbands. 2 of them came up to me at the end and said, this is the best thing that has happened to me since I lost my son. He cared. He showed up. He was there. And we saw that again at the 3rd anniversary of the Abbey Gate bombing last week at Arlington National Cemetery. Let me tell you what, thank you, because he deserves our appreciation and our applause. I was there. I didn't see any altercation. This is the new hoax. I didn't see anything. You know what I saw? I saw a commander-in-chief, a leader, with his arms around these moms, standing at the tombstones, talking about their loved ones. One of the moms couldn't be there. She was at her son's old unit. I said, Mr. President, will you mind FaceTiming her? No problem, Michael. We FaceTimed her right there at the tombstone. I have been in Section 60 multiple times a year visiting my Green Berets that I lost, that I didn't bring home. We always take photos. We always post them online. You know what? I want every American, I don't care, campaign account, non-campaign account, personal account. I want every American to see those that were willing to die for us. And you know what? The gall of Kamala Harris, who in 4 years, not a call, not a meeting, not a visit, but now she's going to weigh in. Now she's going to weigh in. Are you kidding me? It's disgraceful. It's despicable. And she does not deserve to be anywhere near the office of the commander-in-chief. And listen to those families in their own words. President Trump is a commander-in-chief that not only cares, but the most important thing of that day, he promised those families accountability, to fire every one of the officials that were responsible for that despicable withdrawal, and he promised them, most importantly, transparency. All the videos, all the tapes, all the drone footage, all the things they've been asking for, President Trump will give those families. Period. Done. It shouldn't even be an issue. I told General Milley, remember him? I told General Milley, lock everybody in the room with the families. I'll buy the pizza until they run out of questions. It's just not that hard. It's just not that hard. President Trump will get it done. Did anybody see the, just changing topic for a minute, did anybody see the press conference with Garland, with Chris Wray, the FBI director? Apparently we're back to Russia again. Russia 3.0, 4.0, I don't know. Look, we should absolutely take seriously interference with our elections, of course, with our adversaries that mean us harm, and they don't care about red or white or blue, or they don't care about Republican or Democrat, just sowing discord. Fine. Here's my question. Where was the big press conference and the big splashy media show for Iran's election interference that is happening? There is a big difference. There's a huge difference between trying to influence our elections and actually hacking them. So where was the press conference on Iran hacking the Trump campaign? Where was the press conference on the fact that a Pakistani national with ties to Iran was just arrested putting down payments for hitmen to kill President Trump? Where was that press conference? Where was the big press conference and the indictments? Everybody remember Rob O'Malley? We want to talk about a foreign agent influencing. The Biden-Harris campaign is completely infiltrated and influenced and in the pocket of the Ayatollahs in Iran. But yet he's just sidelined. This was Biden and Obama's chief negotiator for the disastrous Iran deal. He's just kind of quietly sidelined, and now he's got a teaching gig at Princeton. We can't get any answers on why he was stripped of that post and stripped of his clearance. Oh, by the way, his chief lieutenant, Tabatabai, I'm looking at Mark Levin, he knows who I'm talking about. She is the chief of staff of special operations, still sitting with a top secret clearance over in the Pentagon right now as we speak. Where's that indictment? She was emailing the Iranian Foreign Ministry before she met with Congress and checking in before she told us the details of their latest disastrous negotiation. Why does Iran want to kill and hack and stop Donald Trump? Why does Iran want Harris to win? If she would ever hold a press conference, I'm sure we would all love to know that. We would all love to know that answer. Look, I don't know if you saw Bibi's response. He said, "Are you kidding me? We have 6 hostages shot in the back of the head a few days ago, and you're going to blame him? Are you kidding? How about this? How about we go to the original sin that is Iran? How about we shut down their money? How about we shut down their support to Hezbollah? How about we shut down their support to Hamas? How about we acknowledge the fact that China is the big winner here? China is buying 50% of its oil right now from Iran. It is Chinese money that's going to Tehran, that's funding terrorism across the Middle East, that is providing drones to Russia, and that's killing Americans, that just wounded 6 more Americans after they've killed 600 during the Iraq War. And at the end of the day, what do we get? We get zero. We get zero. We get nothing on Iran. The bottom line, President Trump has been the best president for Israel and for the Middle East in our lifetime. ISIS defeated, Soleimani dead, Baghdadi dead, Iran was broke, the terrorist proxies were all complaining they were out of cash. He told China, you keep buying from Iran, you can't buy from us. We've passed sanctions. Schumer won't take them up. You want to talk about election interference? Schumer's interfering with Israel's elections. We have to get President Trump back in as the commander-in-chief. The Jewish community needs it. The world needs it. America needs it. And I just want to take a moment to salute you and thank you. It is relatively cheap and easy to yell at the television, argue with your liberal relatives over Thanksgiving, and post on social media. Get out there, roll up your sleeves, donate your time, donate your treasure, and let's take America back, and let's stand shoulder to shoulder with the greatest ally we've ever known, the state of Israel, as we fight evil all over the world. I thank you. I salute you. Let's fight and win.